So I've told the story a lot of times, to the point where I've almost become desensitized to it in a way, to where I just feel like I'm just saying words over and over again when people ask what happened. And to be honest, I don't always know what to say. I don't know that I fully accepted it yet either. My name's Caleb Perkins. I'm 23 years old. I've been an amputee since May 21st of 2021, and this is my life since then. So May 21st, 2021 would end up being the day that changed my life and everyone around me's lives pretty drastically, forever. One of my last memories is just being so happy just to show off my bike. I was so proud because it was the first one that I had ever owned personally. I grew up riding dirt bikes since I was probably 5, 6 years old. I got my first Yamaha, little Yamaha 50 that my dad purchased for me. And I just remember feeling like I was king of the world. I remember just the freedom, the wind blowing through my face, my helmet. It was a feeling that, to be honest, not a whole lot of things in this life give you. Somewhere between about 6:45 to 7 a.m. we decided to all roll out of the parking lot together. And within a quarter mile of leaving the Amazon parking lot, something happened that changed my life forever. Now, you'll get a different version of the story depending upon who you ask. To the best of my knowledge, I don't know what truly happened that day. Originally, we thought that since there was some construction in the road, maybe there could have been some excess debris or something that maybe I hit and it kicked my tire out, and that threw me off the bike. We've also gone back and forth debating whether maybe someone could have clipped me and took off, but to be honest, we don't know. And that, I think, has been probably one of the harder aspects of this whole situation. Is everyone wants to know what happened, what caused it, including myself. Waking up out of a 2-week coma, wondering where my leg went, and being told I was in this horrific accident. Just the questions of why, what happened. Surely nothing like that could happen to me. It's hard when you don't physically remember such a traumatic situation for your brain to wrap itself around the fact that it happened to you. Obviously, I live with the physical consequences and the ramifications of that, but to this day, I don't remember the accident. I don't remember what caused it. I just remember leaving for work. I remember kissing my wife goodbye, thinking everything was going to be okay, and then I woke up 2 weeks later out of a medically induced coma with a drastically different life ahead of me. I remember just the feeling I felt after waking up in the hospital bed. It felt like both of my big toes were flexed up for some reason, and it was a feeling like I couldn't move or wiggle my toes. I remember it being like a very odd sensation, and so obviously I started doing some investigating. I lifted up the sheets, and that was the first time I'd seen both of my legs. Both my legs had been destroyed in the accident, obviously the left more so than the right. I understand that I might have a robotic leg now, but the fact that I'm alive, I'm grateful to have lived through something that probably should have taken my life. I'm grateful that I get to be here, and yeah, I have to wake up and I have to put a leg on, and I have to take it off and do all these things day to day, so physically it takes a little longer to do things, but man, there's so much more life to live. Probably the biggest obstacle I'd say I'd had to overcome with all this would just be losing the ability to disappear in a crowd. It's hard walking into the store and looking physically different than everyone else, and you kind of lose the ability to just fall into the crowd of just average, normal people. You lose the ability to not be seen when you don't want to be seen.
I remember at the hospital, someone looked at me and said that you don't have to stay, you can go. And I told them that that wasn't an option, that I made my vows when I met Caleb and I'm sticking to them, and that's that, and I'm here to stay, and there's no doubt in my mind that we'll get through this. And we have, coming out on the other side. It feels good to realize that now, thinking back. But at first it was hard. It was really hard because the accident physically happened to Caleb, but it also, in a way, happened to me. And for a long time, that's not something Caleb understood. One thing that I would want Caleb to know is that he's worthy, that he's changed so many people's lives, including mine, and that God has a bigger meaning for him, a bigger purpose, and that he can do anything that he sets his mind to, and that he needs to stay.
If I could just get one thing through to someone that's going through a situation even similar to this, it's that life goes on. Life has purpose. Your life is meaningful. I just ask that you don't give up, because the lasting impact negatively that has on those that love, care, and support about you, whether you acknowledge the fact that they're there, making a decision to leave, the lasting impact of you choosing to leave all these people behind far outweighs the hardships and the physical limitations and things that you're going to have to deal with moving forward. Just don't give up.
So what are the plans going forward?
It's go time.